Howdy folks, it's your old pal Stevie Wizard, well, not that old, here with another edition of Wrestling Showdown here on the W3L network. And over the past few weeks I've been tantalising you, I've been teasing you with information and news about our biggest event of the year, Resolution 13, which of course is going to be sponsored by our good pals at Crafty Connoisseur, who have done us the honour of sponsoring every W3L event this year. Thank you to them for that. But I can tell you that W3L Management have assured me that sometime within the next 7 days, they're going to be making a gigantic announcement about Resolution 13 and other live events as well. What will that announcement be? Where will it happen? Well, if you follow us on all of our social media accounts, which I'm sure you know what they are, well, if not, I'll tell you later, then you'll find out when that announcement is made. So that is a reason to stay tuned to all of W3L's social media platforms. Now last week, of course, we saw Krieger and TJ Rage retain the Tag Team Championship en route to Resolution 13. This week, there's more championship gold to be had. It's Tenacious Johnny Lyons, W3L Heavyweight Champion. He's going to be defending that aforementioned championship against the challenge of two-time former Tag Team Champion Saqib Ali. Now, Lyons is currently scheduled for the main event of Resolution, but if Ali takes the title from him, which is a very good possibility he might, then I think that means that Saqib Ali will be heading to Resolution's main event instead. We'll obviously get clarification on that in due course. So it's all to play for. Can Johnny Lyons continue his heavyweight championship reign? Can he march on to Resolution to face both Mike Musso and Craig Stevens in a triple threat contest for the heavyweight title? Or is Saqib Ali about to win the biggest singles victory he's ever had here in W3L? So the one way for us to find out, let's go down to ringside as the W3L Heavyweight Championship is on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. The Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line in just a second. Saqib Ali has grabbed it, but that does not mean that he is the Heavyweight Champion, because the belt still belongs to the man in the black and white shorts, that being Tenacious Johnny Lyons. Saqib Ali obviously has a chance of taking it from him, but it's not going to be easy because Lyons he's fast approaching a year, can you believe? Nearly 1 full year as Heavyweight Champion. It was September last year at Resolution. He won the championship. He has defended it against every single challenger ever since, no matter who they are, no matter what they do. He has got the crowd on his side, and that helps spur him on. If he just making his last minute checks to make sure everything is set, nobody's packing any foreign objects or the like, and he's ready to go. The bell has sounded and Saqib Ali goes to the floor, just stalling, making Lyons wait for him, just dictating the pace of the match. So we have two men who have never wrestled before here in W3L. Lyons with a 4-year experience edge over Saqib Ali, who himself is nudging in like nearly 10 years, believe it or not. He has got so much experience. He's been wrestling all over the UK. He's getting better and better every single time. And of course, two-time tag team champion here in W3L. Interestingly, Johnny Lyons is a two-time tag team champion as well, so there's parallels here. Saqib Ali has held those championships with Prince Assad for a combined reign of 8 months as we finally got a lock-up. Lyons only ever had 4 months all told as tag team champion. Kick it in, Saqib Ali straight to the ropes. Because Johnny Lyons can't go after him if he makes sure that they stay apart. So of course that immediately breaks whatever momentum Johnny Lyons may have been about to generate. Saqib Ali just getting on the crowd's case, maybe it's vice versa. Lyons mocking him slightly. And you've got to think that Lyons is going to win this with some confidence again. The best part of 10 months so far, he's been a heavyweight champion. So headlock takedown there. And nobody's been able to get the belt away from him as of yet, as Ali's got a handful of hair. And then Johnny Lyons, of course, as I said before, is willing to defend this title against any challenger. He wants to prove what he can do, prove why he is the heavyweight champion. It was his long-term goal in W3L, took him a long time to achieve it. finally got it. He doesn't want it to end anytime soon. And of course, as we know, he does intend to retire at some point this year. There's talk that maybe sooner rather than later, but we shall find out as the months go on, as Lyons drops the leg. Certainly on the horizon for Lyons post this contest is going to be Resolution. Now currently as things are scheduled, it's going to be Johnny Lyons defending the Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. Of course, just a couple of weeks ago here in Showdown we saw Mike Musso and Craig Stevens in a last man standing match. Craig Stevens, the winner of 7 Deadly Sins this year, he's got a shot at the heavyweight title guaranteed. Mike Musso, who, let's not forget, Lyons defeated to win the Heavyweight Championship, he's cashed in his rematch clause. So currently that's the main event of Resolution 13 later this year. But Saqib Ali's in the role of spoiler here, and he could change everything depending on how this match goes. Lift from Saqib Ali. Now, long-time fans of W3L, especially Wrestling Showdown, may have only been more familiar with Saqib Ali in the tag team ranks, and that is true mainly in W3L. That is what he has done, but he's had some strong singles outings. Goes back in February at Remedy, he faced Jason Reed one-on-one. Reversal by Saqib Ali, but Lyons showing off that agility. As lands in the ring, I'll leave it with a head at Steve. Takes a forearm in the face. What is Lyons going to go for? And shoulder block to the midsection. I mean, Lyons is a big man, but he can move with the best of them. And he's got power as well, as that clothesline attests. Last saw Lyons showed in the middle of May in that double championship tag team match. Was he and Jayla Dark against Emily Hayden and the very good Mr. Yuji Maki. And we know that didn't go in Emily Hayden's favour whatsoever. She's still got her sights set on regaining that women's championship. There's Lyons going to try and kick Saqib Ali here. The crowd seem keen on him doing it. Dials it up. I'm not quite sure what the dialing code is for Glenn Rothers, but gets dropped across the top rope. And Saqib Ali with a hot shot. Shades of the Eddie Gilbert there, because that was the move he used. Of course, stunning Steve Austin used that in the early days of his career. He had an exemplary reign as WCW television champion. But it's the W3L Heavyweight Championship that is the important one, and it's on the line in this match. And you may be wondering, of course, because Saqib Ali here in WTL is synonymous with Prince Assad, you're wondering where he is. Because we saw he and Omar Mohammed last week challenging for the tag team championship unsuccessfully. Another shoulder block. Saqib's got Johnny Lyons just where he wants him here. But Saqib Ali has obviously told Mohammed and Assad to stay backstage to win this one on his own. And an inside cradle. Johnny Lyons wraps him up with that. Saqib Ali took his eye off the ball somewhat. And talking about taking your eyes, he's nearly taking Johnny Lyons' eyes out his head for eye gouge. Ali's been embarrassed, he won't like that at all. Look at the way he drives that foot, and he is hanging from Johnny Lyons' throat. He's put his foot right in it, trying to cut off his oxygen. Johnny Lyons got him in that desperation inside cradle. And Saqib Ali wasn't paying attention, of course, nearly he got defeated. And you see the results as he hits that back elbow in for the cover, hooks a leg. He comes close to becoming the new heavyweight champion. One would assume that what will happen at Resolution if Saqib Ali wins this is that it'll be he against Musso and Stevens. Then again, it might be Lyons, Musso and Stevens, just a random triple threat. You never know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You see Saqib Ali slows himself down, slows the match down. Now he's got things going his way. Sped the pace up to get the better of Johnny Lyons again, but he slows it back down. Lyons continuing to fight. I mean, Tenacious by name and nature. That's why he's been heavyweight champion all this time. And hard in the corner. Look at how Lyons ricocheted out of it. In for the corner. This may end it. Johnny Lyons kicking out. His back has given him grief over the years. You know that full well. and he shot out that corner. And Saqib Ali has got Lyons right where he wants him. Maybe he could focus his attack at the back. He has used the camel clutch in the past as Saqib Ali. Maybe that is what he's thinking about. And there's a big disrespectful slap. And I think it's just awoken the beast, or should it be Lion? And it is. Look at this. Johnny Lyons not having any of that. He knocked out of his stupor, I think, with that slap, and he is firing back with clotheslines. Going for the Tenacious gun. And face first goes Saqib Ali. Covers Johnny Lyons, we're about to retain. But a shoulder come off the canvas. Saqib Ali is taking less punishment in this match as of yet. You see now Lyons getting up ahead of steam. He's got that momentum on his side, that second win, that burst of adrenaline. Say what you want, call it what you will. Lyons has got this match going his way. You heard him call it, and that's exactly what it was, right in the back of Saqib Ali. Cover, this could end it again. But it's not to be. Saqib Ali still continuing. Now look at this, skulking at the back of the ring. Omar Mohammed has wandered out. Prince Assad has wandered out. Oh, a curb stomp. And straight in for a cover. We're going to have ourselves a brand new heavyweight champion. Wow, how did Lyons get out of that? That was split second kicking out there. He got stomped face first into the canvas, much like when he gave Saqib the Tenacious gun and leg dropped him into the canvas. This time he took a stop. Now Saqib Ali arguing with the referee, and now just biding his time, getting the corner, generating some momentum for himself, preparing to charge at Johnny Lyons, and he comes. Oh, Lyons moved, and he's hooked him. Oh, DDTs him and floats across. He has the leg hooked. But once again, Saqib Ali kicking out. That was great by Johnny Lyons. Picked him up, repositioned him, dropped him down. A couple of times now, Saqib's going head first. And we see Assad. We see Mohammed as well. This can't bode well for Johnny Lyons. This new faction here in W3L. We see them pulling the resources at long last, as we expected they would. Omar Mohammed coming under the spell, the auspices, the wing, whatever you want to describe it as, of Assad and Ali. And here comes Johnny Lyons and just kicks Saqib Ali. Oh, they got grabbed. Look at this. Mohammed and Assad have grabbed his legs, and the referee telling them where to go. That's potentially disqualification here. Lyons in. Oh, and he got caught. That hesitation was all it took for Saqib Ali to kick Johnny Lyons in the face. And somehow Johnny Lyons gets out of it. Somehow he retains the heavyweight title, albeit momentarily. Look at this, Ali cannot believe it. That should have been it. The distraction provided by Assad and Mohammed was enough for Ali to recover, plan what he was going to do, and as Lyons rolled at the ring, he got nailed squarely in the face. Champion, he cries, but not quite yet, Saqib Ali. But he's certainly on the verge of winning it. A suplex of some kind, hooks a leg, what could be Fisherman's Buster perhaps. Lyons, oh, wait for the line cut, and the referee got caught in the crossfire. Saqib Ali just got rid of Johnny Lyons and ended. Oh, look, it's a mugging. It's an absolute mugging, a 3-on-1 beatdown. He's being lynched as Johnny Lyons, but he's fighting back on his own. He's taking on Assad, Mohammed, Saqib Ali as well. But the numbers advantage is too great in Johnny Lyons. He can't do it. Not 3 against 1. Super kick coming up. Oh, and he hit Ali. Omar Mohammed hit Saqib Ali. Things didn't go well for Assad Mohammed last week on Showdown. Line cutter. Johnny Lyons hits the line cutter out of nowhere, but he needs a referee. Covers, referee's in position, slaps the mat twice, 3 times, and Johnny Lyons has retained the heavyweight title in the face of such tremendous odds. Well, as Johnny Lyons celebrates with the fans, we see Asad Ali and Muhammad just trying to get themselves back together after Saqib Ali's loss. Oh, and he attacks Muhammad! Saqib Ali and Prince Asad beating up Omar Muhammad. It was his inadvertent super kick, but he doesn't deserve this. He was doing his best, mistakes happen, and now look at this, it's a 2-1 mugging. This is absolutely disgraceful from the former tag team champions. Absolutely unwarranted.
I'm not really sure where to start with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's, I guess, first of all say congratulations to Tenacious Johnny Lyons. He scored the pinfall victory over Saqib Ali, courtesy of the line cutter. He retained the W3L Heavyweight Championship, and he now heads to Resolution to face the merchandise Mike Musso and the original Craig Stevens in that triple threat match in the main event of the biggest W3L event of the year. There is, however, the possibility that maybe that won't happen because it's W3L. Anything can happen, and knowing Lyons, he'll probably try and defend the title sometime between now and then. So currently, it's Lyons, Musso and Stevens in the main event of Resolution 13. As for Omar Muhammad, however, last week we saw him and Prince Asad challenge for the tag team title, albeit unsuccessfully. This week he helps Saqib Ali in his match, the three of them interfering against Johnny Lyons. An errant superkick arguably causes Saqib Ali's downfall, and then of course they attack him, and it looks like Omar Muhammad's out the gang minutes after he's joined it. Asad and Ali, long-time friends and tag partners of course, kick him to the curb, and so Omar Muhammad looks like he's been left out in the cold. He doesn't appear to be allied with Asad and Ali anymore. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about this in the weeks to come here in W3L. Perhaps we'll hear from Omar Muhammad as to what his thoughts are about what occurred. But anyway, Resolution 13 on the horizon. Remember that blockbuster announcement from management coming this week. Sometime in the next 7 days they're going to tell us news about Resolution 13 and other live events as well, so do not miss it. Thanks of course go to Crafty Connoisseur. They're sponsoring Resolution 13. They're sponsoring every W3L event of this year. Thank you to them. If you want to sponsor a W3L event, if you know somebody who does, get in touch with us. We can make that happen for you and you will not regret it. So, what are those social media platforms I've been talking about? Well, I'm sure you know them anyway. You probably have them tattooed on your arm so you never forget them. But in case somehow you haven't done that, in case you have forgotten them, you can find us first and foremost on our website, W3LWrestling.com. You can sign up to our mailing list there and you'll get emails sent out to you with up-to-date information periodically. Make sure you like us over on Facebook. Make sure you join us on both Twitter, Instagram, and of course subscribe to the current channel that you are watching. Use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown when you discuss the match you've just seen. What does this mean for Omar Muhammad? Is Johnny Lyons going to head on to Resolution with the title around his waist? Get in touch, let us know what you think, and come back in 7 days time, because by then you'll know that I've had this blockbuster announcement from W3L Management. I'll have more information for you about Resolution 13 and upcoming live events. I'll bring you more amazing wrestling action like I do every single Sunday here on Wrestling Showdown.